Hello, 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 hello. We are back with the audio, guys. Hello, and welcome to another live video at Off Season Ultimate Challenge channel. We have Rising Rajalis facing the Uncharted. Uncharted have won the toss and they chose defense, and they won another toss, and they'll be starting with four females on the line. Uncharted, I see Sabil on the line, Vaishnavi is on the line, Pooja Raghu is on the line, Anna is on the line, Kenny is on the line. Kenny is with the disc. He'll be pulling the disc. And that's one nice pull. Landing in. Arul going for the disc. Arul is playing handler. At Surat Showcase, he was playing kind of a more of a cutter role. Yeah, to Adityan. Adityan looking to Jagan. Jagan is calling someone in. Swinging back. It's a travel call. And what a D by Savil. What a D by Savil. Good start to Rising Rajalis after the last game. I think Rishabh here is looking after the music. Madhur Gana Sunte is here. Madhur Gana Suno. So in Ultimate, when an offense team scores, that offense team becomes... The score is 1 to Rising Rajalis and Uncharted 0. The last point assist was by Jagan. Last point assist was by Jagan to Arul. And I think here Arul is with the disc. Shot, a nice deep shot. I'll still... Oh, very close, very close. Almost had it. But that was one hell of a good look by Harsh. Now Rising Rajalis have another shot to take. I think they can get a good break point right here. Yeah, we have my team owner Bhavya Desai in the house. Yeah, Bhavya Desai, what do you think about this game? Rising Rajalis is one up. The score is one and 1 to Rising Rajalis, and Uncharted is still zero. Uncharted won the toss. In fact, both the tosses, and Uncharted started on defense with four women. Because I think that they should have started with four men, as the Rising Rajalis have good strong lineup, and the next point they'll be playing with four boys. So what are your thoughts on it?
Well, it's obvious that they've must have thought in terms of post the half as well. They will open up on offense, so that could be one of the reasons why they've done this. But as a game, I really think Tyre, this is a very interesting game because in Uncharted we actually have a very young, nice, unknown sort of a team because that's exactly what both Snakey and Tuin. And that's a score, by the way. So that's what I think Snakey and Tuin have gone for when they were picking the team as well. They wanted to pick a lot of underdogs, is what they were saying. They had a beautiful game, and I really feel as the day is going along that Rajalis is really a team to watch, huh? Because the sort of performance that they delivered even in the first match was really phenomenal.
It was unbelievable the way they were marking Sivaraman, Rocket. I think they had a perfect matchup, and as Arul also mentioned in the post match presentation, that a lot of players have played against each other and they know their strengths, and they played according to their strengths, and they were quite dominating the last game which they had with Lost and Found.
They got a break as well now.
Now they have got a break, yeah, and it's a good young fearsome side. They don't think twice before taking any shots. The coach is there guiding the team. So far as that we, as the I think, huh? Yeah, bat with the disc and a nice pull. I think they're rushing down. Hush got the disc. Hush to Anna. Anna is looking for options. Anna to Kenny. Kenny Wagner is making an in cut. No. Yeah, sneaky with that, and sneaky is being blocked, and that's a oh, good cut Anna, good cut Anna. Anna for the upline. Anna looking to Pooja, and Pooja to I think Harsh, and Harsh taking that shot. Harsh taking that shot, but I think a good score by Kenny. I think that's a call. I think that's a call. I think that's a pick call. Pick call being called, and Kenny is being unsure of that. Kenny is like, I was nowhere near that. That was not a goal. That was not a goal. There's a call being called. Pick. Pick is a call where if your defense, if you're marking someone, and if someone is going in between your mark, then the person, because it's kind of an obstruction, and then you can call a pick. A pick is being called. The disc goes back again with Harsh. Yeah, this time Kenny is coming in, but yeah, what a grab! What a grab! What a grab that is!
Yes, that was a score. So now Uncharted have managed to pull one back, which means that the score is now 2-1 to Rajali. But what we score here as well is that Rajalis has a very clear game plan to make sure that all the in cuts from Uncharted need to be disrupted. So you could see Snakey all the way from the deep, where he usually takes a lot of out cuts. He sprinted back in. this game, Tahir?
Bhavya bhai, as you say, like you can't predict anything in these games. I think this will be very competitive. Uncharted, there was a break. Rising Rajalis, I think, are in a form, and I think last point also, what I see is that they are trying to stop ins and they want them to take those shots because Rising Rajalis are a very fast team and they're looking for that. They want the other side to take those shots, and I think they're playing some poachy defense also. I think Deepak with the disc. Deepak or it's either Chandan, yeah. I don't know. But yeah. Arun, Arul on the disc. Arul to Apurva. Back to Arul. Arul looking for option. There's a nice in cut by Aditya. By Jagan. I think that's Jagan. Yeah. Adityan is also coming in. A good upline. A good upline. And she goes for that shot. And she goes for the shot. I think, oh, it's out of bounds. It's out of bounds. That was a good look. That was a good look. I think this is a chance with Team Uncharted to make it equal and whatever the break point they lost to get it back. This is an opportunity for Uncharted. I think they should slowly work up the offense. And what I see is there are two handlers at the back. There's a word stack which is being set up. In the word stack at the end, I see Pooja Raghu. I think Vijay Rao is handling with Deepak. Yeah, Deepak to Vijay Rao. Number 17 dropping back. Aman, number 17 to this to Pooja Raghu. And Pooja Raghu takes that shot. Pooja Raghu takes that shot to number 12. Sanjeevni. Great job, Sanjeevni. And this is what I was saying that if they work up the disc and if they score, then the advantage which they had lost, I think they're back at it. The score is 2-all. And I see after the afternoon game, Rising Rajalis being a little down.
I think it's also because it's a little hot. They had the first game also in the sun, but as you know that in a game of Ultimate, it's very important momentum. When that momentum shifts, you really don't know, honestly. And it seems like Uncharted are also making a lot of effort now to make it to come back. They were 2-0 down. They scored obviously on their offensive point, and now they've got a break back as well. So which means it's all even Stevens now. Or there's a no, there's still Rajalis will still be one break up, which means that might eventually go on to hurt Uncharted when the halftime actually happens. But from the looks of it, now we do have on the line Vaishnavi, we have Anna, we have Kritika, who's also playing. We have Raja, we have Sabil, and we also have one more player who actually has a really nice, very well maintained beard, which is quite nice to see in Ultimate. Um, and Karthik as well. And he's the one who's going to pull. He's just made a pull. That's a nice floaty pull. Will it stay in bounds? Yes, it will. It'll come inside. They've got the disc. Arul has the disc now, who's been pretty much the primary axis handler. Oh, Arul just hucked it. Now, will they reach? Oh, Jagan has actually sprinted really fast, leaving everybody else behind. Which just means and just shows the sort of confidence that they have. To be very honest, technically, Arul actually sent that disc to somebody else. But Jagan was like, wait, I'm here. तो मैं ही चले जाता हूँ मैं पहुंच जाऊंगा टेंशन मत लो so now the score is now 3-2 to Rising Rajalis. And Tahir, what do you think? Do you think the disc was actually meant for Jagan?
No, I don't think so. The disc was meant for Jagan. I think it was put to someone else who was behind Jagan. But I think Jagan managed, when he saw the disc up, he managed, why not? Yeah, why not? I can reach the disc.
Much faster than other people. So let me just make that sprint. But that acceleration also was really fast. justifies all the cost that the points that they also put on Jagan. Of course, while buying him, I think he went for 21 and 24,
2100.
2100.
But the thing about Jagan is the way Rising Rajalis went about is that they created a rumor that Jagan is injured before the
Oh, is it?
tournament. Yeah,
No, no, no.
that was the kind of preparation Rising Rajalis went into.
Yeah, and on the other hand, for icebreakers, actually, they people asked us that is AP injured, and we actually said yes, he really is injured. And unfortunately, we do miss AP, of course. Really good player and really good team player as well. So AP, if you're listening to this, then yeah, we surely miss you, and we hope you're recovering well.
Bat,
Uh,
bat, that's a bat pull.
Yes, Bat actually not doing a bad pull. Bat actually doing a very good pull, and Harsh just sent it to Anna. Anna is a very highly rated player as well who plays for Airbenders now. Kenny, obviously, who plays for originally DC but has rostered for Jimbish this year. Harsh is again known to be a very, very calm handler.
Harsh Grant.
Will Grant send it to Kenny? No. There is actually Pooja is completely poached at the end, and I think this one is that okay.
That's a foul call.
That's a
Accepted
foul
foul
call,
call.
which is an accepted foul call. And you know this the sort of speed that even the Rajalis have, it really shows. They actually left Pooja Raghu completely poached at the end zone, and there's a huck, and there's gonna connect. What a beautiful
God.
put by Anna.
That's how.
Superb.
That's how Port should punish you. If you poach like that, uh, if you poach like that, someone in the end zone, then you should have a flat mark, is what I feel, so that you don't allow those kind of hucks. But here, if you are forcing on one side, and if there's a deep shot at such a level, they will take a shot.
And also, it's the commentator's kiss of death as well, because I was actually just mentioning that how confident the Rajalis are playing, like that they've really left they've really left Pooja Raghu completely in the end zone, because they feel that when that huck will happen, somebody will make up that space and they'll possibly poach and get a D. But that flat, rapid and rocket sort of a put from Anna, uh, finding Pooja Raghu to actually equalize, and now it's 3-all. This really, the game is on. This is a very, very interesting match which is going on, and I think with time, it's just going to be a matter of time which team starts making more unforced errors, honestly.
That's what, na? That answers your question when you asked me like in whose favor the match will go, and I told you that it's I can't predict it because the match can go in any direction because Uncharted are looking in a great shape. What a pull by Shubham Kadu. Shubham Kadu has the disc, and I think this is the D line which works a lot with Uncharted. They have two specific lines. I think Arul is with the disc. Nice in cut by Jagan. Nice in cut by Jagan. And what a cut by Arul. That's a nice continuation. I think that's a deep connection they're looking for. Adityan is free. Adityan is asking for the disc, but I think they'll go for the dump to Adityan. Adityan to and Jagan. I think they're playing nice. The disc come back to Adityan because of travel call. And those of you who don't know that Adityan has represented India, I think it's kind of a host tag which they're playing. Yeah, Bhavya bhai?
Yeah, it's very clear that they are looking basically for a single handler, and that single handler is just doing the cutters are popping. They're doing up and down, and if you notice, then those poppers are actually doing in cuts and out cuts as well. Now, if you see, Adityan has actually just sent the disc over. Now he's gone into a popping position, waiting to probably cut in again, so that he can attack the disc. Okay, that's Jagan has the disc again. What will he look for? He looks for a dump back to Arul, and that is going to be a score. Okay, Arul,
Shubham Kadu is free. I see Shubham Kadu. Oh, that's
was that out? Yeah, that looked
yeah.
a little bit of puff of dust fell out, but
But
they've
I think
gone in with the
she got
score.
the disc first and then she
Right.
put her hand
So
on the
that
line.
puts Rajalis up by one, which is 4-3. But yeah, coming to the tactics, I think what Rajalis are basically doing is more of a host tag, wherein they are. It's not a traditional host tag, but they basically are operating with only a single handler at the back.
I see three handlers.
Right.
I see three handlers.
No, but if you, I mean, from what I could understand, is that they are basically they're just depending on one handler at the back, and then when the handler releases a disc to the cutter who's basically popping, he also pops out like a handler said to open up the space for anybody who can come either around. That's what I could understand, but
But
now it's gone up by one to Rajalis. The score is 4-3.
one really good thing about Rajali's offense is as a defender, when you try to block them, they're so fast and you worry so much that you start marking them from behind and you don't want them to go back. And that's when they start making those in cuts, such clean in cuts, and they so easily can move up the disc. I think it's great to see them. So the score is 4 to Rising Rajalis and 3 to Uncharted. Rising Rajalis have the disc, and I see Bat with the disc. I think Bat will again pull. He has some amazing pulls in the tournament. I think Harsh is waiting. Harsh to Anna. Anna is looking for the dump, but yeah, they've come with a zone. They've come with a zone. Kenny comes back in. I think I see three handlers. I think Anna is looking in the center, and they, yeah, to Harsh. Now they'll have to attack the zone. They'll have to. What a swing! Nice swing to Snaky. Snaky. There are two people at the back, but I think, yeah, I see bad poaching. I see bad poaching. There are two. You can easily. You need to keep attacking the zone if you want to move up the disc. And that's a D. That's a D. That's a D. And that's what you want in a zone. Like you mark spaces in a zone. Oi, that's unlucky. And Sneaky is calling Kenny in. Yeah, because in a zone you need those three handlers or four handlers to like attack the zone, and you need to find that open spaces is what I think. If you want to crack the zone, it's not that windy also, so you can take those risky shots also. What do you think, Bhavya bhai?
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised that they've put the zone, but I think what they want to do is that they just want to change the play up a little bit because they've been playing a lot of person and we saw them doing a little bit of poachy in cuts, poach mark as well. So which is the reason why they probably just want to disrupt these shots which Anna just took earlier as well. Because honestly, I don't see even 1% of wind, and they've now switched to person, which is very clear because they've realized that there's not much happening with the zone.
I think
Kenny has a disc, he's tried the break, and that's not a very good throw. From a player of Kenny's ability, you would surely expect better, and I'm sure that Snakey would not be happy with that pass. But it just also shows that how quick Bat is because he's poaching on both ends and both the times. Once at the short deep, and just now when Bat was at the end as well, he actually was able to get that D. He has sent it Snaky versus, and that's a nice D. Will there be a call there? Looks like there's going to be a
I
call. Looks like there's going to be a call because he was. I don't know what the call is, but from the way the discussion is going, for sure there's a call. What do you think about that, Tahir?
I think the call is that when Sneaky jumped, Sneaky is like I was in mid-air. He contested, and the call from Rising Rajalis is that because of that contact he was unable to jump, and the disc is sent back. Do you think he'll again take that shot? I feel that they'll again go for that shot. So even in the afternoon game, Rising Rajalis and LNF, whenever there were calls, they still went for the same play.
I think because he should not be taking that shot, yeah, as you would expect, because Snaky would also already be expecting it. Plus, he was already marking the. He was kind of flattish mark, which means that wherever he goes, it's going to be slightly difficult, and that's absolutely a right call. The amount of free space. Okay, there was a call, which is what I was wondering, because the amount of free space that both the women on the Rajali's line currently had was just surprising and amazing. Because
I
had
just see
that
so many
connected.
coach. I don't.
But I think that is also part of the strategy that they have because they feel that because they are quick enough, they can play a little poachy, and when somebody sends the disc, they can attack it from behind and surprise you suddenly. So which also could be one of the reasons. But of course, there was a call. Now it's been contested and the disc has gone back. There's a beautiful break around. Again, now Bat has the disc. He's trying to find and wait for some in cuts. There he gets
Oi,
the in
nice
cut.
try, Kenny.
There was an effort by Kenny. He really wants redemption after that throw, which gave the disc away. You can see how hard he's marking,
Ah,
and that's a call again. So if it's accepted, the stall count will go back by minus.
0.
Well, but
Accepted foul call goes back to 0.
okay.
And it's
No, it's
accepted.
contested.
It's
The
contested.
sign was contested, so that means it'll go by -2. And now, again, there are too many open spaces, Tahir. Too many
Yeah,
open
too many open
spaces.
spaces and a lot. Oi,
That's a beautiful D. Surprising
clean
from
cut shot
behind.
now.
Yeah.
Vaishnavi is running deep.
Harsh actually surprised her from behind, which I think is a good play. Vaishnavi tried to make a run for it, but didn't get it. Now Snakey has it. Snakey's pointing to her that just spread the field, stay poached.
But
When we have the shot, we'll get it.
I still don't see three handlers. There are only two handlers playing at the back to a zone. I think they should start getting those three handlers and one popper who keeps attacking the cup, because then you'll have a problem.
I also feel that they should back themselves to take these shots because if one or two of them connect, they will Rajalis will stop putting so much of poach, which means that it free up some space in the center as well. For example, if you see Vaishnavi
Yeah,
now, she's actually super poached, and they're just backing themselves that if that happens, then we will make it. But if those 2 3 shots connect, then they will automatically stop poaching her, and which will free up a lot of
but
extra space.
I'm really happy to see Rising Rajali's zone. I think they are making Uncharted do like 50, 100 passes and making them like tired. Would they want to frustrate the team? Yeah, he should take that pass. He should take that pass to Harsh.
To Kenny, to Kenny.
There's one
But
more.
they
There's one more female.
they
Yeah,
send that to
yeah.
Kenny to play.
Good try. Good one, Kenny. Good one. Yeah.
See,
Good call, Bhavya.
yeah. So as since Snakey was handling and I was just basically behind him, I could see what he could see. The score now is again even.
4 all.
It should be 4 all.
It's 4 all. 4 all.
So
5 all.
So as you could see that I was behind Snakey, which means Kenny was literally raising his hands again and again, trying to ask for that blade, and it was really a great look from Snakey. But coming back to this point, Tyre, what you're talking about, I think what Rajalis are obviously primarily trying to do, which I think they did against LNF as well, is that they're really trying to crowd up that center space so that there are no in cuts which need to come. I think at this point of time, Uncharted really needs their cutters, especially the ones who are going to give those in cuts to the handlers, really need to step up to the plate and try a little bit harder. The reason is because having one or two people just stand at one end of the zone is really not going to do anything, because if you have three handlers behind and two cutters who are standing deep, that will only going to leave one or two people who really can give very clean cuts at the center. And that against 3 or 4 defensive players is always going to be difficult, because it really needs a exceptional cut and on top of that a really good, nice, clean breakthrough as well.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Bhavya. Nice pull by Deepak. I think Arul is waiting for the disc. Arul to Apurva. Back to Arul. And a nice clean cut by Aditya. But yeah, Jagan is free. I think Sabil was planning to go for a layout. It's a good thing. I think they put Sabil on Jagan. I think they go for that. They go for that. And that's a nice breakthrough. That's a breakthrough. Waiting to Arul. Aditya to Arul. And he takes that shot. That was a nice flow. A nice offense flow. I think it's like they have made proper plays. What do you think, Bhavya bhai?
I think very good, and also what this point shows us is the importance of the eighth member of the team, which is the sideline, because that was a breakthrough, and had the defender just been a little alert or probably just been a quick up call, then there could have been a chance where he would have intercepted before the disc would have gone to the assist. But yeah, overall, again the Rajalis have gone up by 1, but it's a really neck-to-neck match. As you can see, it's right now 5-4 to the Rajalis. On the line for Uncharted now we have Grant, we have Harsh, we have Vijay, who's just joining. Anna is also coming in, which means that they're looking, and now Pooja is also joining us. So which means that they are looking at a good, strong offensive line, good base of handlers, things that have been working for them at this point of time. On the other side, with Rajalis, we have Arul, we have Bat, we have 5-4 to Rising Rajalis. Tahir, can you call out the? I can see Arul and I can see Bat. Can you see the? Can you call out the other people from the line?
So on the line, it's very difficult for me to also call out players. I also see the jersey numbers, but it's very unreadable. The jersey Rising Rajalis have, it's some sort of small numbers, or I think the numbers are in Tamil. I think. Uh, huh? The numbers they're English, but the numbers are unreadable. That's a what a what mark. Good mark by Rising Rajalis. I think they've switched to person and they have. I think they're now warmed up. It seems like Rising Rajalis, the way they were marking LNF in the first game, I think they're marking the same way. Harsh is calling Grant back, and what a grab! Yeah, what a grab! Number 14 for that grab, and number 14 we have Deepika. Deepika, nice grab. Deepika to Anna. Anna Pooja Raghu is coming in. Vijay Rao. I think the way they are marking, they are trying to push everyone in, and they are making those cuts very difficult, Bhavya Bhai, for Uncharted. Because whenever there is an offense point for Rising Rajalis, oh, he took the shot, and that's a layout. No, the layout didn't come. I thought that he'll go for that layout, and we'll see a flying one. But I think what I was saying is that they are making Uncharted work very hard for those points, and Rising Rajalis, I think, have proper set plays, due to which I think they're scoring in like a minute or two when they are on offense.
Yeah, I surely do agree. I think for their offense, I think they're just backing themselves up and doing this. But as I was mentioning earlier as well, the biggest difference that I'm seeing is that the Uncharted handlers are the ones who really have to do a lot of hard work to kind of put the disc up, because all the in cuts are completely taken out, which shows the intensity that the Rajalis are playing with. You could see the amount of hard marks on Harsh, on Anna, on Vijay. All of these guys were very, very hard marked. And now we have, oh, that's a drop by Jagan. He could have actually still held on to it, but it was slightly closer. So now there is a chance at redemption. Harsh is walking up to the disc. And now what really needs to happen from Uncharted is clean in cuts. Otherwise, you will again find Harsh and Anna. That's a shot which has been taken. There is Jagan again who's sprinting. Will he get?
Oh,
Oh,
what a grab
beautiful grab by
by
Sagrika.
Deepika. I
By
think that's
Deepika.
Deepika. What a grab, Deepika. What
Beautiful
a run,
grab
Deepika.
by Deepika, and also a super put by Harsh, which is exactly what we were trying to mention earlier as well. That if you start taking those two couple of shots and they start connecting, so post that connection, you will possibly see a little bit more space because that pochiness will completely reduce. But that was really, really nice by Deepika. On this end as well, she actually scored something really nice. She had one really good save, so this point was all her.
This point was all her, Bhavya Bhai. I agree. And also, for a second, I thought that Jagan is running and Jagan will get the disc, but the way she sprinted, Deepika, that was amazing to see. That was so amazing. What a run by Deepika.
I think when the disc was sent, then Jagan must have been like, एक दो सेकंड के लिए और float करवा दो please. मैं पहुंच जाऊंगा.
You can only wish for that, but yeah, what a run by Deepika. Score is 5 all, 5 all.
Oh yeah, 5 all.
The score is 5 all. But yeah, one thing, the advantage which Uncharted will have is Uncharted won the toss and they chose defense. So after the half, which we'll have, Uncharted will start on offense. So that is one thing which Uncharted is looking for. The ratio you see on the line is 4 men and 4 men. So we on 4 men we have Karthik on the line. I see Chandan. That's Deepak on the line, number 0. That's Deepak on the line. I see Vaishnavi. I see Kritika.
Raja.
There's Raja on the line. And I think Deepak is going. Arul get the disc to Jagan. Yeah, nice, nice.
That's
And
oh,
Arul
what a
goes
save!
for that
But I
layout,
think
but I
that's
think they are
outside.
calling it
Calling it
outside.
out.
And will Arul give up the disc? Will Arul give up the disc? Mac here sitting next
What
to
is the
me
jersey number,
is
Mac? If you can see, just tell us the jersey number, please.
for people who don't know, Mac has very good eyes. I think he has such good eyes that
Doesn't have much of a brain, but good eyes for sure. 08 or 09.
I don't see any zero eight.
Mala.
I don't see any 08 or 09 in the Jalis.
Yeah. So it is very clear that Mac doesn't have good eyes for sure because there is nobody on 08 or 09
Yeah.
on that line. Uh,
Oh, nice, nice,
and that
nice.
is a good grab by Jagan. He's now sent it to Arul. Arul is now looking for these in cuts, and these in cuts are really very easy right now for them. Also, I think the line has also got a little tired for Uncharted. You can really see that they're playing a little poachy as well. And now it's coming close. That's a blady throw. Will Vaishnavi get this?
Vaishnavi didn't read
Vaishnavi
it.
has not read it. Neither has neither has Smita. So that was a blady shot, and Smita as well as Vaishnavi. So in a way, Arul actually kind of flummoxed both of them.
But I think what happened. But I think what happened is, I think due to Vaishnavi putting so much pressure, that she also went in and she misread the disc. That's what I think happened.
So what's most important now is that Uncharted actually have a chance to get the break, and then after halftime they have an opportunity with
Hey,
that
that's
to
not
go up.
a that should not be a pick call, is what I feel. I think the disc is not dead. You can still move when someone is getting up the disc.
It's all about strategies and composure.
That's a good grab, good one hand grab, good one hand grab by Raja. And I think Deepak is trying to, and he puts it, and he puts it. Who'll get it? Who'll get it? I think Karthik, and what a D by Arul.
But what do you think? Do you think that
I think Arul is at the back. This D was by. I have to check his number. Both are so similar. Both have tied knots at their head, and
that's a headbang, not knots?
yeah, but they've tied something up. Sit.
हम लोग को भी
So
बोलो
we
ना
have a
पास में
volunteer right in the broadcasting
वाले भी
tent
क्रॉस करके
who tells all the
नहीं बोल
info
सकते
to our director, who's basically running the show. And a good breakthrough, yeah. Good breakthrough to Adityan. Adityan crosses it to Arul. Arul is looking up the field and Kritika comes in, but she misses the D. And that's again a dump to Arul. Arul, I think, is looking upward.
not Arul, Sanjay or something like that is repeated.
I think it's Sanjay. It's Sanjay. Sanjay, I'm so sorry if I've taken your name as Arul, but I think you both look so similar from so far away.
But there is
And
a
Arul is going for that upline, but yeah, Adityan gets the disc. Adityan to Jagan. I think they've sorted this line out. What do you think, Bhavya Bhai? They've sorted this offense line out where you have Arul, where you have Sanjay, where you have Jagan.
equal.
The
Uh,
and this game is going neck to neck. And Sanjay, I think Sanjay will score it. And that's a good fake and a put.
In fact, I think that fake was so good by Sanjay, he almost faked her, his teammate also. Because she also went okay. And then, but what I'm seeing from both of these teams is that they really are making a lot of effort. They're really playing their heart out. And to be very honest, it's very clear that anybody who wanted to try and understand before the tournament or were making a lot of predictions, I think anybody who mentioned, and there were a few who said that Uncharted is surely a team that you have to watch out for. I think they're kind of living up to those expectations as well because they really are playing extremely well. For Rajalis, I think their offensive play just looks very clean. We've been joined by Mackie as well. We call him Mackie, but of course he's Mac and Maksud Chaudhary. So Rajalis, Mac, what do you think in terms of their gameplay and both Uncharted as well? How's this game squaring off according to you?
See, uh, I didn't watch the whole game, but previously I have watched their both of the game. Then Rajali was very quick and smooth with the strategies, and very structured. and same thing also Uncharted also tried, and they beat Zoman Empire.
Yeah, which is who we are playing next, by the way. So 6 o'clock is our game, which is against Zoman Empire. So it'll be Icebreakers versus Zoman Empire. Now it is half time, and is there a time? Is this a timeout or is this a half time?
I think they have taken the timeout, but
Okay,
what they don't realize is
45 minutes are already up,
that
is it?
that there are 3 minutes, and after this timeout,
Okay, they cannot. So one of the teams has taken a timeout. Unfortunately, we don't know who it is, but the scores are now level. Finally. Hmm. Scores are now finally level. I think both teams are trying to assess and accumulate the sort of information, and you can see Buddy over there really giving a lot of instructions, doing most of the talking in there as well. On this side, you can see Snakey as well. Snakey is also the co-owner, of course, and the captain as well. So he's also having a lot of communication, which is very, very important in Ultimate, as you know. The Rajalis actually have a very interesting cheer as well. So let's see if they really do that cheer or they're going to go for a Chilio sort of a. Okay, they've gone in with something very quiet and very Chilio, trying to conserve the energy because they know they're going to start this on defense. And Uncharted look as if they are ready for this half with a nice loud cheer with Uncharted. So the score is now The score is now 6-5 to Rajalis, and of course, because the halftime is over and Uncharted has started on defense. Oh, sorry, it was a timeout, so my bad, it is not halftime. Halftime is just a few minutes away. But now that Rajalis had scored, there was a timeout which is taken, which means that Uncharted get a chance to level the score. They on offense now they have again put different lines. So if you see, they've been constantly shifting their lines when it comes to the offense as well. You now see Snakey who's come in, Vaishnavi. You can see Pooja Raghu. You can see Vijay Rao as well. You can see Anna.
I see
And
Kenny on
Kenny
the.
as well.
I think Kenny,
Do
Snakey,
you
Vijay Rao.
feel?
I think this is a good line. I see. I
But
feel.
do you feel Kenny's body language is seeming slightly down? Do you think it possibly could be
So
something to do with
when,
the too much
when I was
strategy?
speaking to Kenny, he was so interested in watching all the matches
Hmm.
that he was sitting in the sun all day out.
He's tired. Is
I think he's tired, but he was so excited to play Ultimate. A lot of people who don't know that Kenny injured his shoulder when he was playing at Surat 2 months back. So when he's coming back, I think this is his first tournament which he's playing, and he was so excited that he watched all the games.
that a brick ball? That is a brick
That's a
ball.
brick call by Sneaky. Anna is going for the disc, and I'm very impressed with Anna. The first game, the second game, what a safe handler, the speed she possesses,
She's just 16 years old.
and she's a 16-year-old. I think there's only upper way to go about it and to develop your game. But I feel like I should not comment on this, but I feel like that she might play India sometime.
That's a turnover. So which means there is an opportunity for the Rajalis to actually go two up now. They went for a shot and unfortunately they could not meet it.
Snakey is marking in. I think nice one. Kenny.
It's back to
It's a nice flow I see
yeah.
here. It's nice four upline passes, one by one, one by one. Ah, that's a commentator's curse, I see. I think Pooja Raghu going deep, but they're poaching. Kenny looking to Anna. Kenny looking for those in cuts, and I think Snakey will come in for that in cut. But yeah, Kenny's not giving. Kenny's not giving. The stall count is getting high. Kenny dumps it to Snakey, and Vaishnavi is coming in, but Vaishnavi is giving some good cuts. Nice cut by Vijay, and Kenny is going deep, but yeah, Kenny is going deep. Good upline, and Pooja. I think that's a misstep, and she fell down. I think now there's another chance with the rising Rajalis to go up by 2 points. Good in cuts by rising Rajalis. I think Snakey is trying to mark bat here. And a put has been gone up, and Snake is running, Snake is running, Snake is running. What a grab and what a read to the disc we have from bat. What a read to the disc. By the time Snakey reached, I think he was already flying high. What do
Yeah,
you see?
yeah, absolutely. I think Snakey basically made all the run up there just to basically see him go up and just say hi to him and come back. But that again was excellent put. Super nice, whatever throw to the deep end. And now it is officially half time. And what it has done is with this break that the Rajalis have got, they've now gone two up. For the time. So now what this does is really puts a lot of pressure on Uncharted. Honestly, the reason is because they were one up and they were one down, and this was their offensive point where there was a turnover, and the score is now 7-5. Right, 7-5. The score is 7-5. Yeah, 7 to Rajalis and 5 to Uncharted.
What I
And
see here, if you look at the Uncharted camp, I think they are tired.
both teams are tired. In fact,
Yeah.
if you
But
see,
I see the
and
line. I see the five people so confident standing there. I see Jagan. I see Arul. I see Bat. I think they're just. I think they're just so confident right now, because also they're 2 points up. Also, they feel that they now will start on. They again will start on defense. Anyways, they had to start on defense. Even if Uncharted had scored this point, and if there was a half, then Uncharted would have snatched on that opportunity
right,
and
right.
taking advantage of starting another point on offense. But yeah, that advantage which they had won at the toss.
Yeah, it's called what you're talking about basically is called the exuberance of youth. When you have age on your side, things don't really matter. Even if you've just run down a nice huck at the other end and then you've caught it flying with a nice vertical, you just stand and come back as halftime and you're just basically joking around, looking at each other teammates while the other team actually is slightly tired. But to be very honest, before this huck just happened, I was just going to point out that. Both the teams definitely look a little tired. Of course, it is hot in Bangalore, and also at the same time, you can see that there was a little bit of crowding over there, honestly. And with that crowding, you could guess and you could understand that there was quite a lot of effort which was going on from most of the teams. Um, so, as for anybody who's actually joined us now, the halftime has just happened. The game between Rising Rajalis from Chennai and of course Uncharted Bunties from Bangalore, with one of the co-owners who's Tuhin as well. Unfortunately, he's not here. Snakey is the other co-owner, and he's also the captain who's leading the Uncharted. But you can understand from the mood which is in the Rajalis camp, they are already ready. They are raring to go. On the other end, Uncharted is still taking their time. They're still having some discussions as well to ensure that this game does not slip out of their hand. A 2 point lead is not much in Ultimate. You score your offense and you get a break, so it becomes all even Stevens. But in this heat, what matters the most is who has better fitness overall, who keeps on riding out towards the end. So that's what is the news from the middle, as you say in cricket. Uh, that's what the news is from the middle, 2 points difference. And we will also leave you in about 10 minutes time because Icebreakers also has a match at 6 o'clock, which means that we have to start warming up. No, no, warm up starts at 5.
So the half was of 5 minutes. I think Rajalis is trying to hurry up the Uncharted, because I see on my time. I think Uncharted still have 1 minute.
No, no, that's too much. We have to get everybody together. 5 minutes, I'll wait for 5 minutes. Dude, चाय बोलो ना यार.
भाई नहीं वो कमेंट्री कर रहा हूँ. करो ऑर्डर नहीं है मेरे पास कोई डिटेल क्या डिटेल
बिहाइंड द सीन बता ना क्या चल रहा है बिहाइंड द सीन क्या चल रहा है बता ना
guys I can't do commentary and Mac can expect me to order tea and all but yeah Mac is the laziest bum I've ever met because we have a
Guys.
tournament and
Okay,
Mac
okay.
is an organizer and he was sleeping like 15 minutes back he just came
That's okay. That's okay. Guys, don't air your dirty laundry on live, guys. Chill. It's a relaxing game, all right. And the game has restarted. The pull has happened. He's caught it inbounds, and you can see three. You can see three Rajal. I could only see a barrage of yellow missiles going out there. Honestly, Anna coming in, giving and rescuing that in cut. Really nice one to Sagrika. Sagrika really has been kind of the star for this game for Uncharted. She's really been playing very well. The disc is with Arun.
Deepak
Deepak. With Deepak, Deepak has sent it long, looking for Anna. Will Anna get it? But Bat just waited, and then he again went up in the air, much like how he scored on the previous point as well. He thought that abhi isme ek D bhi nikal ke dikhaunga main. Rajalis are up by 2, and now they have a chance to go up by 3, which means that things boil down to the same thing that I was telling you earlier, Tahir, is that there are absolutely no in cuts which are kind of coming and which just is very it just shows the amount of intensity that Rajalis are putting on the D. If you're seeing time and again, it is the handler set of Uncharted which is moving the disc around. It is not really coming in from a cutter and again you could see Anna gave the disc away. She went all the way to the half and then she came back, which is very difficult as a handler, and it just shows that Rajalis are here to
win
show what Chennai can do.
yeah, I agree with you Bhavya bhai they are right here and whenever you mark if you've seen their mark they are taking all their ins there are no in cuts as you said there are no in cuts and here also there's I think Arul has the disc. I is looking for options, and the put has been. It's a, I think Deepak will not reach it. Deepak will not reach it, and Deepak is again going for it, and that's he'll put it. Jagan is looking for an option to Sanjay. Jagan again. Jagan looking deep. Oh, and I think
That is very surprising because on one end he actually jumped and he got a D and he could have got the bookends, but unfortunately it does happen sometimes. Your concentration goes.
concentration.
Yeah. And that's a huck again to Kenny. Kenny should reach this. He's
Not yet. Number 9, Deepak.
Deepak. Deepak is not going to reach that. The disc has gone out of bounds. That was really nice pull. Had it stayed in, probably there was a chance that he would have got it. Sorry, Chandan. My co-commentator over here is sending me all across the continent, from Chandan to Deepak to. And also for anyone who's watching from Chennai, we are very sorry. Unfortunately, we don't really know the names of all the players yet. But I promise you, with the way they are performing and the way they are playing, very soon we will surely know them before the next match for sure. So in that respect. But having said that, again, this is a very long point, huh?
Very long.
Uncharted.
After the half, I think.
Yeah, this is still the first point after the half, and it's. I think it will just draw the energy more and more from both the teams.
I think it's been almost 5 minutes since they are playing. 5 minutes. This point has been so long. A good swing to from Jagan to Bat. Bat again asking for the disc. Bat has a disc. I think Jagan is going in, but he takes that shot. But I think that shot is not. It went too blady. I think this is the time where I think they should take a timeout and
And
they
also, I think the fatigue is now showing on Bat as well because he probably lost concentration. He dropped that disc and then it went from a normal blade to a completely flatty sort of a weird blade,
I
which
think
just means that there is fatigue which is taking over. It is very dry weather, and they had a very nice, very intense match in the morning as well. And now again, this is also a very high intensity, very quick match for both teams.
Deepak has the disc. Deepak to Sabir. I think it seems like a Girgetle line, where you have Deepak, where you have Sabil, where you have Chandan, and that's a drop.
It's a
You
drop by
see,
Sagrika, is it? Which is
the-
very surprising because
I
she's
think
had
it's
a
a
poor
drop by
game.
Deepika. I think it's
Deepika.
a drop by
Sorry.
Deepika. After that run, I think lack of concentration as well as fatigue in the body is now showing up.
Right. As we were mentioning in the beginning as well, you can see all the players now literally clamping onto the knee because it is hot.
And I think
And
Rajalis have taken a timeout. I think.
yes, which is a very intelligent and smart thing to do because you know when you are two or three, you're already two up, which means that there is a lot more pressure on the opposite team to kind of come back. So it is also a good idea to give your team a break when you've had a long point. But the score stands at 7-5 even now, and believe you me that this is still the first point post the halftime. So this just gives you an idea that how hard both teams are working. Neither of the teams are letting anything through. They want this match. They want this win. Really, really. They know this is going to be very important to end the day with two wins in the bag, which will possibly make them a potential top scorer. Depending on how the other matches go as well. So high intensity, good exuberance of youth. You can see people running up, down, hucking, uh, going up, really giving very strong verticals, laying out for that D. And we obviously see the coach of Bombay Vikings over there, which is Jaideep. He's decided to coach, but he's not playing for some reason. But obviously, he must be missing the action. So he's like, let me just do some throws as well. Because अभी आया हूँ मैं ground पे coaching भी कर रहा हूँ तो कर ही लूँ थोड़ा सा throws. What do you say?
Yeah, yeah, I feel the same.
Meghna, if you're watching this, it wasn't me. I don't know who said that. And he was a really nice host as well. Actually, post our lunch, we were chilling at Jaideep's place as well. So when I say he was a really nice host, what he did was he told us, he's like, make yourself comfortable, and then he went into his room and he went off to sleep. So he's like, if you or anybody else also wants to take a nice nap, then please make yourself comfortable, so jao, no worries. But I'm gonna really relax and I'm gonna go to sleep now. So anyways, having said that, it is close to 5 o'clock, so I'm going to take your leave, and I'm going to.
5 more minutes, Bhavya bhai. Please stay with us for 5 more minutes. People are enjoying your commentary. So please stay tuned for 5 more minutes and then you can relax
This is
or
what
prepare for
happens.
the next match.
This is what happens when you dangle a carrot. But if anybody of you are already watching this on live, then please keep commenting and do tell us what do you think about the match. We'd love to hear from you guys. There is a possibility we might not be able to see all the comments, but yes, we know XOXOP that was Deepika and not Sagrika. Sorry, our commentators box is a little far away, so it is not always easy to get to see everybody. But George is now
Also, one more,
caught an injury. So this could be a really important one as well. Adityan has come inside. He has sent the disc to Jagan. Jagan is now looking for the in cut and he's gone back to Adityan. You can see Bat has also just made an open cut. He's now looking. There is a lane poach which is clearly employed by Uncharted, which is a similar sort of a strategy that Rajalis were also putting. You can see Anna is working as a lane poach, making it extremely difficult for all the in cutters to come in. All the women from from Rajalis have really sent themselves back onto the end zone. It's just a matter of connecting with someone now. If they can find a space, Jagan has the disc. Jagan has just got it to Bat and Bat scores. So now, with this point, we finally have the first point post the halftime over, and it also means that the task has become slightly more uphill for Uncharted because now Rajalis have gone up by 3 points, which is 8-5 as compared to before. So Uncharted had the advantage post this because they started on offense, but then we have now we have them 3 points behind. Also, George is now going to be treated by the physio. There are some really nice arrangements which have been made by off season over here, We have a on-field physiotherapist as well who's just come to check the progress on George. Uh, we've had a couple of injuries in the morning as well, unfortunately, which just goes on to tell you as well what's the sort of level of intensity that all teams are playing with. The lines are now being called on Uncharted side. You see Harsh, who actually has come after a little bit of a break, probably just taking a little bit of breather. You can see Anna. You can see Kenny. You can see Pooja Raghu. I also see Raja and Snakey is also joined. It's a four man ratio. On the other side, the lines have also been called. I see Bat. I see Arul. I can also see. Okay, I'm not able to unfortunately identify the other players, which is. Um, but Rajalis are going to be pulling now, and that's a nice pull. Will it give enough time for the team to? That's gone out of bounds. Anna has called brick, which means for anyone who's seeing this and has is very new to the sport, when the disc goes out, the offensive team has the chance to call brick, which means that they can bring the disc in and then start from the center. Ideally, the idea is to give yourself a lot of space because you don't want to get stuck on the line. So Anna has the disc. Snakey is also behind. So is Harsh. But there is a cup which is being employed by Rajalis. Kenny is basically looking for a long deep huck. Will he go for it? He has gone for it. Kenny should easily get it. There was such a huge. No, it's not. That was actually smart play by Kenny, and there was such a long poach by both Bat as well as Arul on him. It was just a matter of Harsh being able to send the disc and connect with Kenny and put it properly. So anyways, the score, Uncharted have brought one back, which means the difference is now again by 2, which is 8-6. And I'm going to hand you over to Tahir now so that we can just kind of go and warm up.
Yeah, thank you Bhavya Bhai for tuning in and helping me out on this commentary. It's wonderful to have you. So the score is 8-6, 8 to Rising Rajalis. As you all know that we already took a half due to the timings. So there won't be any half on the score of 8. On Rising Rajalis, on their line I see Adityan, I see Arul, Uncharted. Uncharted has Sabil, Uncharted has Shubham Kadu, Uncharted has Deepak, Uncharted has Vaishnavi on the line. Sneaky is trying to come up with a defense strategy, something he's informing on the field. Shubham Kadu with the pull, and there's a nice pull. That's a nice pull. That will go to the other end zone. Arul grabs the disc. Arul to Apurva, Apurva to Arul, Arul to Apurva. Apurva. Sanjay to Jagan, Jagan to Adityan, Adityan. The handlers have a nice chemistry going on between them. To Apurva, Apurva waiting for the disc, Apurva waiting for the disc. To Arul, Arul. That's Sanjay to Arul, I think. No, that's Arul to Sanjay. And that's a put. Almost there, almost there. I think it didn't stick to the hand. But yeah, she was almost there. What do we got here? We have a word stack. We have two handlers. Have Kadu to Deepak, Deepak to Kadu. And I think Sabil is running deep. So good, they have to play on the brakes. To Kadu. And they're trying to have a fast play, the handler movement, because they're not getting any in cuts, I see. The handlers are playing among themselves. And Deepak gets it. Deepak to Kadu. Deepak and Sabil gets the disc now. Sabil is trying to look deep, but I think Vaishnavi is coming in for that support, and that's a fast release by Vaishnavi to Karthik. Karthik is looking for options, and Shubham Kadu has come in. Shubham Kadu is again looking for options. I think what Rising Rajalis are making Uncharted do is like a lot of throws. I think that's almost more than 20 throws now, and they haven't reached half. To Shubham Kadu. Shubham Kadu is looking for that option. Shubham Kadu. Shubham Kadu to number 5. Number 5 we have Ruhi. Ruhi to again to Deepak. Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi is looking for that. Vaishnavi to Karthik, and I think she called a foul. Vaishnavi is calling a foul, and they're discussing it. And that's the good thing about Ultimate, when there's no referee, when you discuss calls among yourselves, and then you decide a call. I think it's an accepted. I don't see any hand signal. And Karthik gets the disc. Karthik to Deepak. Deepak again looking to Vaishnavi. To Karthik. Karthik is looking for Ruhi. Ruhi has the disc now. Ruhi to Karthik. No, that's a fake. And Kadu gets it from Sabil. Kadu gets it from Sabil. I think they both play for the same team. and Sabil gets it. What a catch by Sabil. What a catch by Sabil. I think it's Karthik to Sabil. What a catch by Sabil. And that's you hear Sneaky, I think, shouting on the field. I think he's excited now. I think the score is 7-8, but 8 still to Rising Rajalis. The time we have on the clock is, I think, 21 minutes. We have 21 minutes on the clock. The best thing about Rising Rajalis is Rising Rajalis are forcing Uncharted to make those 50-60 shots before scoring, and they're making their offense line tired. On the D line of the Uncharted, we have Snakey, we have Raja, I see Pooja Raghu, I see Anna, we have Harsh on the line. For Rising Rajalis on the offense, we have the offense line where we have Jagan, where we have Arul, Bat. I'm sorry, but I don't know the female lineup we have on the Rising Rajalis part. But yeah, I will definitely, surely try to learn up their names. Rising Rajalis have their hands up, and there comes the pull by Raja. And Raja has pulled. I think it's going out of bounds, and there's already a brick mark raised by. Uh, I think Arul is calmly walking with the disc. He's taking his time. They're already. I'm really sorry. That's Sanjay. They both have the same headbands. We have Rishabh in the house. Yeah, Rishabh. So, we were unable to hear all the songs which you're playing from the other sideline. People are really excited to listen to the music by Madhur Gana Sun.
So, so the agenda for today was to play only mass songs, and I don't know if there's any interest from the sideline for the songs, but Ramya and I, my friend, we enjoyed it thoroughly. 40 minutes, and then Boone joined us, and Boone played his music, and he was enjoying, and he's like, no, no, uh, I need to go get ready for the game now, so he stopped. But for 30 minutes, he was with us. Um, right now, oh, they're correcting you about Sanjay and Arul. That's Sanjay, not Arul. That's Sanjay. Arul is wearing compressions. Sanjay is not. Deepika, not
Good
Sagarika.
observation, guys. Good observation.
I have a question for the people in the
In the chat,
in the chat. There's two people on Uncharted who share a number. Can you guess who they are, or tell me who they are? Two people on Uncharted have the same jersey number, and two are quite influential players on the team. Oh no, looks like Pooja has hurt herself a little bit. I think she's hurt her ankle. Either someone stepped on her, or she had an awkward twist.
I think we have a physio. Physio should be right down there.
For now, she's just kind of stumbling off the field with Ruhi stubbing in for her. The next match we have is Icebreakers versus.
Yeah, Icebreakers versus we have next match we have Icebreakers versus Zoman Empire. Zoman Empire have already lost their first match. What a grab by Sanjay! What a grab by Sanjay! Sanjay, I think it's all Sanjay's point. And yeah, now I think I am correct. Thank you guys for pointing that out. Keep commenting, guys. Keep commenting the names also so that I also know. I come from Bombay and I don't know a lot of players' name. Also, due to COVID, I haven't come to play any kind of ultimate in the south. So yeah,
Spare me.
spare me. That's the correct word. So Rising Rajalis scored.
I'm not. Sanjay scored.
Sanjay assisted.
Assisted to. I can't see. We'll figure it out soon. Yeah, we can't see her number, so.
Is that by any chance?
नहीं ये वाला सिंधी स्मिता का
Very difficult to say. Very difficult to say. It's also because I can see their jersey numbers. They are printed in. It's very difficult to see Rising Rajali's jersey numbers. I have a list where I have a player list where we have jersey numbers for each player, and I recognize them by their jersey numbers. Yeah, but for Rising Rajalis, it's very difficult. So I think a few names I know. Bad has the disc. Bad pulls it up. What a what?
for battery, no?
I think so. Yeah. What a pull. The entire Rising Rajalis almost have crossed the half. Shubham Kadu is going. Shubham Kadu is looking deep. Harsh is going deep. Harsh is coming in. Number 5 to and that's number 14. Kenny shoots it up to Sabil and I think Sabil will easily get it and Sabil gets it. That's a score for Uncharted. Kenny to Sabil. Kenny to Sabil. What a score and a good put by Kenny.
Okay, one of the two people sharing the number was on the field.
So yeah, you guys have you guys answered it or should I reveal it?
Now it's 8-8.
The score is 8. The score is 9-8
To Uncharted.
to Rising Rajali. The score is 9-8 to Rising Rajalis. Rishabh bhai, what do you reckon about the next match? Where we have Icebreakers playing the Zoman Empire. And what are your predictions for that match?
I think Zoman had a strange match with Uncharted. Neither team played too much defense, and it seemed like there was just a lot of mistakes on either end. And Icebreakers completely blew out the Vikings, who looked just off the beat. So I don't know if Icebreakers had to even try last match. I think it was an off game for Vikings, but I think it could be a good contest. I think if Zoman showed up a little bit in terms of defense, and minimize throwaways and drop catches. It could be an interesting game.
Because I was playing the icebreakers match, so I can tell you guys that what we were trying to do is just play the mismatch. There were a few mismatch on the Bangalore Vikings line, and we were just trying to utilize it our way. But yeah, but nowhere it seemed like they were pretty offbeat. That I agree with you. Bangalore Vikings were a little offbeat, and they are a very tough next game. Their Bangalore Vikings have a match at 8 o'clock with the LNF, the Lost and Found team, and it's going to be a tough one for them.
Who also disappointed. I think even Lost and Found were, I think, a bit disappointed with themselves. I think most people thought they were favorites going into the Rajalis game, but the Rajalis came in with too much intensity and kind of blew them out of the water in the start. So Vikings have a tall order against them with Lost and Found, who probably are pretty charged up and ready for their next game, and they're eager to prove a point.
It's a foul call between Aditya and Karthik. What do you guys think? Was it a foul or was it a clean defense?
Snakey and Rui have the same number. That's not true.
That's not true. That's not true,
That's
guys.
close, but not true.
I think it's a contested call. According to Karthik, I think it was a clean D, and Adityan thought that Karthik hit his hand, due to which he was unable to catch it. To Arul. Arul is looking for that nice swing by Arul, and it is sent to Arul, but it is intercepted by the star player. Score. It's a score to Rising Rajalis, and now the score stands at 10-8. 10-8 to Rising Rajalis, and I think we have 11 minutes to the game, and I think Rising Rajalis are in a good momentum to win the match, but it's I think it's still early to call it. Yes, Rishabh bhai? It's still early to call it, like whose way the match will go, because just a 2 point difference, and anytime I think the Uncharted can get back difference once they get this offense point, and then they have to get 2 break points to get in the lead. It's a difficult job at their hand, but uh, that's what champions do.
Uncharted, sorry for the yawns, yawning both at 7 a.m. and at 5 p.m. That's just what it is being part of the off-season crew for the showcase or the league in general. Hopefully, Mumbai Ultimate League will get some sleep this time because it'll be in the evening. So even if we sleep at 4 a.m., at least we can wake up at 11 a.m. But I think now Uncharted have to just go gung ho. They have nothing to lose. I don't see Harsh on the line, which is surprising. Snakey is back. Uh, Subham Kadu is back. Sabil, Kenny, Anna, Deepika, and Pooja. Pretty strong lineup for Uncharted, who need this score desperately to keep themselves in the game. But looking Rising Rajali's boys
Rajalis is pushing. It's
hunt,
pushing hard.
hunt down the disc as they pull it. Shows that they're not ready to give any lead to Snakey to Anna, trying to take the mismatch that Anna can develop. Arul hunting it down. He misses it. Anna comes down with it. A good fake and dumps it to Pooja and a quick score. A fantastic player by Uncharted to let Anna leave the backfield and cut deep instead, trusting her both her catching ability and then her patience to deliver in the end zone. Great tactics by Uncharted, who are now just 1 point down and looking for one defensive break to become even. Idra? That makes it. Ramya is being a little shy right now, but sit down, Ramya. What do you think about the game, Ramya? Is your first time watching Ultimate Frisbee? Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's my first time watching frisbee being played like this at all. It's quite interesting. I love the atmosphere. I love how people are interacting with each other. It's the first time I'm seeing the frisbee crew.
Yeah, a bunch of my friends from Hyderabad have come up to Bangalore to come here for the event and have a good time in Bangalore. So, pretty proud moment for me. Hopefully, a couple more of my friends are joining tomorrow. But yeah, it's interesting what we're trying to do here with off season, and it's cool to introduce people to the sport through this way. Not only do we have these games live, but they're all on YouTube. So if anyone ever wants to watch it, we can just um, let's go Kenny Bhai by Atul Parmar. Atul, कैसा है भाई? Icebreakers are missing you. Yeah, where? Oh, used to be at ISB also. The pull going wide and a brick call by Sanjay, who's in the backfield. Oh, okay, that was a bit after me. 8 minutes of game time left in this game. Sanjay is slowly walking up the disc. Yeah, Nikhil might be joining. I think he said he'll be here by 6 or so. So let's see if he'll join the commentary crew. But for now, Sanjay with the disc at the brick mark with Harsh guarding him. Uncharted looking for this a quick turn. Ooh, and Raja almost gets the disc from Jagan. Jagan passes it upfield and he's going deep, but Sanjay gets it in the midfield again with two of his handlers behind him. A quick dump pass. Back to Sanjay in the middle of the field, Harsh guarding him. Moving up the field and Sanjay slowly dribbling up the field. And the score! A pick call by Anna, so the disc will go back. This will go back to Sanjay, but great patience and movement by Rajalis, soaking in the pressure and holding their composure. Let's see if they can repeat a score, but without a pick this time. Sanjay again gets the disc, looking deep, but picking a safer option. Sanjay with a good upline and 1-2, a call on the field. I think a travel call on the field. Not sunny here in Bangalore at all. No reasons for me to wear my sunglasses even though I want to. Sanjay with the disc with Harsh guarding him in the end zone. Save that, no? Sanjay again with the disc. Jagan looking deep. Quick 1-2 again, moving the disc up. And to Sanjay, it's a score for the Rajalis. Fantastic composure. Just dribbling up the field. Lot of patience. An easy offensive point by Rajalis, showing us how it's done. 11-9 with about 5 minutes of game time to go. Let's see if the Uncharted still have some fight in them. If they manage to get a quick score right here and have a shot at defense and trying to get a quick turnover, they might just tie it up and take this game to hard cap or universe. But for now, looks like there's a timeout on the field as both teams regroup for separate reasons. It'd be interesting if Uncharted used the same strategy of taking Anna deep, so that she takes the mismatch on her matchup. But I guess we'll just wait and watch. I want to go to the stream chat. Unlock Cisco. Yeah. Just because I want to see the comments. Comments, hit me up. What are your thoughts? Does Uncharted still have a chance at coming back here? Or no? They surely think so. And they must. Chirag says, let's go, Kenny. Lot of support from the... Oh no. lot of support from the Ahmedabad and Gujarat area in general for Kenny. Atul says he's must. Missing you, Atul. Kenny and Sabil on this sideline having a chat. Still, no one has answered the question about who from Uncharted have the same jersey numbers. Which two players have the same jersey numbers? As Rising Rajalis gear up to have a final pull, Buddy having a chat with his team, with Arjun kneeling down and having a quick listen. This goes up in 3, 2. Shubham Kadu here ready to receive the disc. Snakey waiting to move it up line, and he does. Again, this women matchup being exposed. Pooja Raghu waiting for the disc. She comes down with it. Great put by Snakey. Pooja sends it to Deepika, who's surely to catch it, and that's a quick score by Uncharted. This is exactly what they wanted. They bring it within one again. About 2 minutes of game time left. Hard cap coming up soon. They desperately need to stop to stay in the game. But for now, they've done well for themselves. Karan Sharma chiming in from Surat says, let's go Shubham Kadu, Shubham and Harsh. Looks like we have a few fans of Uncharted in this chat. Sorry, I have the song Gangu Leader stuck in my head now. Yeah, but okay, I sang it as Gangu Leader. We need some suggestions on mass songs to play in the sidelines during the games. So far we've got none. But we could do with a few. Uncharted about to pull the disc. In dire need of a turnover to stay in this game in the last 2 minutes of the game before it goes into hard cap. Rajali's up 11-10. With this score surely ending Uncharted's bid for a comeback. But you never know, folks. You never know. Chirag says, go Pooja. Uncharted using a fantastic strategy of sending their women deep and trusting them to receive the big hugs as opposed to their men. Using those matchups. The last 2 points they've done so. The pull goes up. And let's see how this ends up. Both Sanjay and Arul on the field. Jagan finds himself on the field as well. With two of their female handlers in the backfield with Sanjay. Will we see more one-to-one action? Or will we see Rajalis use more of their team? Jagan sends it to Arul, who comes under. Arul looking for an option under. And he sends it deep. SC trying to send a bid for it. And Vaishnavi comes up with the D. Uncharted get that much wanted D. Now it's for them to hold their composure and bring it up the field. Karan, sorry, but Shubham and Harsh don't have the same jersey number. But I like that you guys are still trying. I'll give you another... Oh no, I think if I give you another clue, you'll get the right answer immediately. Deepak slowly walks up the disc, guarded by Sanjay. SC with him in the backfield. Oh no, Deepak sends it big, but a big poach by Arul immediately blocks it. Short field advantage. Maybe a slightly poor decision by Uncharted to go for that. But so far their hugs had worked. Sanjay, if Sanjay punches it in right here, it might be it might just be game over for Uncharted and a win for the Rajalis to go 2-0 for the day. And as I say that, just outside the line, Apu with the disc, sends it back to Jagan. Jagan swings it, and then and a fake to a tough throw, and she comes down with it and a score for Rajalis, and that might just be game. Hard cap kicks in. Looks like game will go on to 13. Um, one more point. If Rajalis go to 13, it'll be game over. Uncharted have a chance to bring it back. Crucial points for Uncharted. They could have come back in the game and tied it up, but a costly turnover has, as I said, cost them. Harsh waits for the pull. As Ramya gives me a dirty look for that terrible sentence. Snaky looking deep again, but decides against it. Perhaps he saw a Rajali player, ooh, a stall out count by Rajalis, but Snaky saying that he let go of the disc just before it, as offensive players often think. Contest. Harsh with the disc, looking deep, but decides against it, sends it to Sabil. Need more patience from Uncharted as they look downfield. Time is no longer important right now. They just need a score. Harsh sends it to Sabil and it's coming back in. Sabil, oh, and goes for it, and oh, Deepika almost comes up with it on the second chance. Harsh desperately wanting Sabil to come down with that, but no luck for Uncharted. If Rajalis convert this, it'll be game over with them winning 13-11. A big call on the field. Deepika in the end zone again, and just miss. I think the defender from Rising Rajalis got a hand to it, which threw her off. Another. Oh, sorry, she was on defense. I completely lost track of it. Shubham Kadu walking up. Shubham Kadu slowly walking up to the disc, trying to give his team a final. Trying to keep his team relevant in this game. Last thing Uncharted want is a short field turnover. But let's see what they have in store for us. Kadu quickly sends it to Sabil. Sabil looks up to Deepika but looks her off. Centers it to Kadu, who looks for the upline but doesn't get one. Harsh with Anna finally comes back to the backfield and gets the disc. Sabil tries to swing it but finds Deepika upline instead. Still with the disc on the sideline. Finally gets to swing it to Shubham, who's asking people to come under and give him some options. Snaky does that for him. Snaky to Harsh. Harsh trying to point Anna in the right direction as he looks for the put. And he gets her, and it's a score. 12-11 to Rajalis. Uncharted down 1. This point, if Uncharted score this point, it goes to Universe. If Rajalis score this point, it's game over. High level ultimate here, folks. Is it called Suzy Q's? I'm just telling someone. Any suggestions on what might happen in this final point? Could you please have a look at the score? Hari Krishnan, it's right now, it's 12-11 to Rajalis. If Rajalis scores makes it 13, they win the match. If Uncharted scores, it goes to it goes to Universe Point. And SC with a quick pull. Sanjay waiting for the pull to arrive. Sorry. Harijagan on the field as expected in this crucial point. Looking off some of his players and still finding an option under, moving up the field. He looks back at Sanjay. Kari looking downfield, finds Jagan instead on a backhand swing. Sanjay with a quick few breaks with Kenny guarding him. Harijagan called for the travel by Raja. I think they're teammates. Jagan looking to Sanjay. And that is game. 13-11 to the Rajalis, who have shown their worth this game, playing perhaps two of the toughest teams in the tournament in Lost and Found and Uncharted, and coming up on top for both games. Uncharted with a tough fight, trying to almost bring it to Universe, losing by 2, but perhaps found themselves a bit lacking in crucial moments when they could have taken advantage. Or maybe Rajalis are just that good. What are your guys' thoughts? Coming up next is a post-match presentation with both Rajalis and Uncharted. After that, we have Zomans playing the Icebreakers. Give me a few minutes of radio silence as I go get one player each from Rajalis and Uncharted. It's okay, you're fine. Good. Which club? Yeah. I know you're disco diwane, no? Hello. Ready? Welcome back. Welcome back to the post-match interview of Rajalis versus Uncharted. We have probably seen in the first day of Bangalore Showcase that these are probably the two strongest teams that we have amongst the six. Rajalis beating Lost and Found earlier in the day, and Uncharted beating Zoman Empire. Thank you, SC. Today, Rajalis came out on top, ending their day with 2-0, beating Uncharted to end their day 1-1, and they won 13-10. So at first, I'd like to call upon SC from Uncharted. SC. First of all, welcome to Bangalore Showcase. What are your thoughts? How do you feel about after your first day? You've had both games. What was your experience?
I mean, for me personally, I'm playing outside Chennai after like almost 3 years. So it's good to be back in the ultimate scene, and it's pretty competitive out here. Six teams over here, and getting to see similar faces, and yeah, it's good to be back.
What do you think of the Uncharted team? You guys had a fantastic first game. It looked like after the first half of hiccups where you kind of close with Zoman Umpire, you pulled away. This game was perhaps a little bit tougher. What do you think of your team in general?
So, I mean, coming into the squad, I thought like we had a pretty big squad, and we thought we were going to take a little more time to gel in. But right from the start, we thought that we gel in as a unit pretty quickly for such a like large squad. And the first game victory actually gave us confidence that we can actually pull it off with such a big squad, because everybody had some kind of chemistry within each other. Like everybody has played with someone else on the squad, so it's not like someone is playing for the first time with someone else. So it was pretty easy for us to gel in.
It definitely helps that you have good experience and I think intelligent players in your team. Some youth as well who have a lot of years of Ultimate under them. The game started off pretty close. I think you guys had an early lead at about 4-3, and then it went 5-5, and slowly Rajali started pulling away. I think you had a lead, if I remember correctly, but it was tied up. It was tied up until they took half. What was your impression of the first half, and why do you think they pulled away?
I mean, I think the women started picking up on all the cues we gave them in the first. Like women were poaching for us in the first half, and I think they punished us in the second half because of that. If you see the second half scores, I think all were done with the women, and they actually pulled off away from us pretty intelligently. So I think that cost us a lot.
In the end, though, you did have kind of a comeback. You guys used an obvious strategy of actually making your women go deep. Anna moved away from the backfield, and she was on the receiving end of hucks as opposed to being the hucker herself. So what made you guys think that even Pooja took a huck late in the end zone? Did you guys think you had a chance, and was that a conscious strategy?
Yeah, it was conscious because we actually, like, someone came forward and said that, guys, the girls are free, and they're actually like speeding, and they're actually getting away from their man. The men were actually clogging their lanes for them, and so please just stay away from the lanes so that let them score. And pretty much worked for us. So we started making the handler weave system, making the handlers play back, and put the women in the end zone. Pretty much worked for us, and yeah, we thought that we were going to do it when that started working for us.
One break, you guys were at a crucial moment where you had a break and you could have taken it to universe, but hard luck today. What do you think of the Rajalis?
I mean, the average age is 22 or 21. I mean, they're a pretty young squad, like really fast, and I think they're going to shine a lot more. I think they have more to give in this tournament.
You have about 2 to 3 more games left. What do you think Uncharted's? What do you think of day one, and what are you looking forward to?
I mean, I would personally like to bond with the team a lot more. I want to get to know more of the ultimate scenes, everybody's teams, playing with Uncharted and everything. And yeah, we want to win the rest of the games. We want to go on strong in this tournament next 2 days.
Alright, saying that, thank you, SC. Thank you for coming from Chennai. See you soon. Have a good rest of your tournament. And now next, we're going to have an interview in Kannada by 2 players from Disco Divane. So I'd like to call upon Ashutosh. Come this way. and the winning player from the Rajalis. Let you guys take over.
ಶ್ರುತಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಕಂಗ್ರ್ಯಾಚುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅನಿಸ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ 2 ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಗೆದ್ದಿದ್ದು?
ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯಿತು. ಗೇಮ್ ಸಖತ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ಗೇಮ್ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನೈಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಮುಂಬೈಯಿಂದ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಆಡಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಗೇಮ್ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೆನ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಹೆಂಗಾಗ್ಬೋದು ಗೇಮು. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಎ ಟೀಮ್ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಫುಲ್ ಟೀಮು. ಸೊ ಬಟ್ ಗುಡ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಗೇಮ್ ಕೂಡ ಸಖತ್ತಾಗಿತ್ತು.
ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಜನರಲ್ ನೀವು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೌ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದು?
ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಬಡಿಗೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಲಿ ಗ್ರೂಪಲ್ಲಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಕೊಡೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೊ ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅದಿಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು 2 ಗೇಮ್ಸ್ ಗೆದ್ದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ.
ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎನಿ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜೀಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೀಮ್ ಏನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತಿದ್ರಿ?
ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಟಜಿ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನಮ್ಮದು ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ 4 ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಬೇರೆ ಏನೂ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಯಿತು.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Let me also ask you a few questions in English, as I want to understand just your perspective on Bangalore Showcase and playing for Rajalis. What did you think?
It was really good experience, and one thing, no, there are most of the players from the Chennai. Only we 3 or 4 are of us from Bangalore. So I was really scared, but now anyway we are fearless, no. So I was.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming. Good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
And that is us. That was Shiru and Ashu from Disco Divane. She was obviously playing for Rising Rajalis, who ended the day with 2-0. Uncharted and Rising Rajalis are done for the day. And the next matchup we have right now is Zoman Empire and Icebreakers. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, great idea. If you want to do it again, let me know.
Yeah, sure.
Win the next match.
Good job.